What did you think of Brendan Rodgers' comments overnight when he said, I can turn bargain players into top boys, and that's what you expect at Celtic? They've got a history of doing it, and he did it when he was here as well.
Yeah, well, if you go back, Paul, probably to when Neil Lennon first took over, which was the summer of 2010. Aidy McGeady left that summer for I think 11 million quid to Spartak Moscow. And then if you look ever since, so even Ki-Sung Young bought for 2, sold for 6. I think he went to Swansea or Sunderland. You think the obvious ones, Gary Hooper bought for 2, sold for 6. Wanyama bought for 2, sold for 12. Fraser Foster bought for 2, sold for 12. Van Dijk bought for 2, sold for 10 or 12. And then you got a notch to Tierney at 25. You go to Odsonne Edouard at 18. You go to Dembele at 20. So it's gone up a notch. So Celtic over the past 13 years, I've not written them all down, Paul, but they're interesting one to go through. You could probably name 10 players that they've more than triple, quadrupled their money on, that they've brought in for 2, 3 and then sold on. In fact, Moussa Dembele was brought in for $500,000, sold for 20.
Phenomenal, wasn't it?
So Celtic have worked that market really, really well. They've now gone into that Asian market, as you say, Japan and Korea, and why not? Not every one of them is going to be a success. There's already 1 or 2 that haven't been. But when you're picking them up at 1 million, 2 million, then why not? Why not go for it?
What did you make of Brendan Rodgers' comments though when he said, yep, there's money here, but it doesn't always mean if you spend £9 or £10 million you're going to get a top player. There might be someone within your academy or a player you pick up for 2 or 3 million. Just what you're saying there. Is this to say to the Celtic fans just now, the marquee signing that people are talking about might not happen in this close season?
It might not. It might not. But what the good thing for Celtic, for Brendan Rodgers and the Celtic supporter, is the money's there if the right one becomes available. So at the moment they're shortening the £2-3 million market, which is fine, absolutely fine, no problem with that. But if need be, they can shorten the 9, 10, 11, 12 market if that right player becomes available. If need be, I think Celtic, but I've said I wouldn't be surprised. I kind of expect them to break their transfer record this summer, not for the sake of it, but I think they will find that kind of player. And if need be, Celtic will go to 50 grand a week in wages, if need be. So it all kind of ties in. And if the right guy doesn't become available, fine. But that is the beauty for Celtic at the moment. They have the money to go and do that. So it widens their net in terms of the market that they can shop in. And I wouldn't put it past them to go and do it. But they won't do it for the sake of it. It'll only be if it's the right type. And I have a feeling they will. And there's more than 6 weeks of the window to go, Paul. There's no panic. Celtic don't have Champions League qualifiers. That 30-40 million's in the bank. But they want to get something. They want to get another couple of players in there, because they've lost a couple. Brendan Rodgers said it before they lost Moy, before they lost Jota. I want to strengthen from the position that we're in just now. That's as champions, as treble winners. We're not going to rest on our laurels. He's come in with a freshness. He'll come in with his own ideas, and they'll go and bring in another couple of top players, I'm sure about that.